ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube. Welcome back to Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. I am your game master, as always, Skajaramas, otherwise known as Tone Shift. Now, there's something I really quickly need to address before we get into tonight's game. For one thing, my microphone arm broke. The suspension arm I usually used to have my microphone right in front of my face. So for the night, my microphone volume and quality might sound a bit off, a bit lower. I might sound further away. I apologize for this, but there's fuck all I can do about it for now. So you're just gonna have to bear with me on that. I apologize. It's beyond my power to repair at the moment because microphone arms are fucking expensive. Anyways, so with us, one more thing I need to address before we get started. We're using 3D dice this session, a feature built into our virtual tabletop, Roll20. We're just fiddling with this session just to see if we like it. If we don't, we'll switch back to normal, but if we do like it, we'll probably keep it around, and there are definite benefits. Physics simulation makes it a bit more accurate to actual dice rolls, and a sound effect to make it more apparent when someone has rolled a dice, to those of you who don't actually use the visual side of things, so that should be useful for the audience. So, with all of that in mind, allow me to introduce our cast of players. We have Hades Shadow 92 playing the male human Dark Knight, Thanatos.
I'm gonna hate this session.
Potentially. We have Luminous Starlight playing Rocket, the female cyborg chocobo warrior.
I ship it.
Of course she does. Speaking of the shipped, we have Darkness, who is playing Alistair, the male human paladin.
Hey everyone, and I'm not a shipper.
No, but you are ship, whether you like it or not.
Bugger!
Hey, I know your pain, alright? Everyone else keeps shipping me with Lumina, so...
And Chrissy.
That too. Alright, and lastly, we have Tom117Z playing our female Elvon Ranger, Neothil.
Shipping.
Who, yes, does actually have a significant other at this point in the campaign, albeit they are now miles apart. Aw.
Well, it could be worse.
We'll reunite someday.
Someday.
I could be stuck with the ship lord.
As long as Thanatos doesn't get me stabbed by some bloody green thing.
Yeah.
That's why you guys are doing the talking. I'm just gonna keep my distance and try not to laugh.
Since when is me a negotiator?
Since Thanatos apparently has this habit of pissing people off, and the fact these things are tiny-ass little things that are supposed to be terrifying, and that's still funny as hell.
Yes.
Let's say about big, thick, small packages.
Well, allow me to recap where we last left off.
I'll be right back.
Plants suck.
Last time on Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno, our party set off from the Academy City of Anemo to follow the lead of the blue mage that Neothil has been seeking since she departed from her home before the campaign even started. Someone who can help her trace the origins of her mysterious past and this obtuse and obscure figure she keeps seeing in visions and dreams. The party set off from the Academy City with some goodbyes between Neothil and Mika Solwyn, the party's white mage who is staying behind to study in the academy. After a few days' travel, the party was ambushed by a group of hostile plant monsters known as grunweeds, and after a status ailment-filled conflict, they came out victorious and continued on their way to the small forest village of Dali, where they discovered the blue mage that they were searching for, and learned that he is currently, along with his apprentice, Athena, mixed up in the middle of trying to resolve a conflict between the village of Dali and a nearby settlement of Tonberries, who have, for reasons as of yet unclear, entered into conflict with one another. The Tonberries seemingly being the aggressors, despite that going against their culture.
Somebody probably called him short.
I mean, this is OC, but for some reason I suspect that that elf with the gun we met earlier might be involved somehow.
What makes you say that?
Well, because foreshadowing. We ran into her. And from the village.
I still feel
Shattering.
I still feel it's just Tone giving us something.
Well,
Uh-oh.
well, only one way to find out, and that is to go in and begin the adventure. So, with that in mind, where we last left off, I am afraid I do not have a map for Dali, which disappoints me greatly. But, oh well.
Shame.
So, we are back to the world map. You are all currently in the village of Dali. where we last left off, you were hunkered down in the camp with Athena and Kelgor Vothri, the blue mages. And
yes.
so at this point, the day is yours, more or less. How do you wish to proceed?
Don't come out, get the fuck out.
What?
Wow! Hey!
I'm
We
just
just
kidding.
got here!
I'm just kidding.
Please don't destroy Nee's only chance to learn history. And, leave a village to be killed by...
Man, that would have been messed up if we did do that, though. Nice to meet you all, but now we have to go. Goodbye.
bonk.
No, we
Suck on the
dragged.
head.
So yeah, we dragged them.
Well, I think
back.
that would even work because they seem to get oddly powered up by... I think they're just masochists, really.
Well, no shit.
Sagus and Mascus.
Rocket kicked them into trees, and they freaking loved it.
They got high
Blue
from it.
mages.
Yeah,
These
after
people are
this, no more,
weird.
after this, no more blue mages, please.
Maybe. Now, who's waking up first?
Oh, well, it's not night, so...
I say
Oh.
we weren't asleep. We were just sitting by the campfire, going, "What the fuck are we gonna do?"
Yeah.
Well-
So, Tonberries. How do we even start with that?
Which character are you addressing?
Just blue mages.
Kelgor turns to you as you ask that. Saunters forward. Well, Tonberries, dealing with them is a very delicate thing. Again, they're... how much do you know about Tonberries? Give me a rundown of your understanding of their culture.
They seem to be very big on karma, as in you do something good, good will come to you, bad, and you'll get screwed over massively. I met one in the Academy City. He's actually a bit deadpan, but rather pleasant. He ran the restaurant.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
that's Pug's boy, I believe. Pug is another Tonberry who works at the Academy City. Teaches a cooking class, actually, and
Go figure.
Food
Lot-
was
lot-
amazing.
Tonberries are the best chefs on the planet. If anyone tells you otherwise, shank them, they are lying.
I think the Tonberries would probably shank them by the sounds of it. But Nika told me a lot when we were enjoying ourselves. But yeah, they can. If you're good to them and have good relations, it can be very beneficial. But if you piss them off in any way, then you're in trouble. Which means that them attacking for no reason makes no sense.
Exactly. They don't attack without provocation. And considering the violence of their attacks, something very much must have pissed them off. So, what I aim
Or
to
someone.
do is someone, hard to tell, but point is, I aim to figure out exactly what has caused this spur and hostility, but the only way I can really do that is to approach them.
Well, I mean,
And ask, essentially.
so for
We're
the,
outsiders, so that we're not related to this village.
They might not necessarily know that. If any Tonberries see you leaving this village, their first assumption is going to be that you are either from here or aligned with it. Same with me. The only advantage I have is that I know Pug actually comes from the village that the Tonberries are coming from, called Puktha.
So for those,
Go on.
pardon me a second, but for those who haven't seen what these things are, what are we talking about?
They're little green men and usually carrying big knives. At least the one I met in Anomo did.
Pretty much a
Are you,
mainstay.
ser-
Pretty much a
are
mainstay.
you serious?
She has the right of it. Most Tonberries are small, green, barely 2 or 3 feet tall. They carry a lantern and a chef's knife. Brutal chef's knife.
And that's supposed to be scary.
Thanatos,
They make
do
them
not
sound
underestimate their size nor their stature. One hit, you're pretty much buggered.
Exactly.
How?
They probably know where to hit.
I honestly wouldn't dare to guess. I am not stupid enough to try and learn magic based on a Tonberry's abilities by letting myself get hit by one. I'm willing to get hit by a lot of things, but a Tonberry? No, thank you.
Wow.
A weapon's a weapon. If you have a knife and know exactly where to hit, that would be instantaneous kill. That's all there is to it. A heart, for instance.
Also, Darkness, your microphone is clicking a little bit, just a forewarning.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, let me see if I got this straight. The village is being attacked by little short green men with knives.
Yes.
This place is weird.
Yeah, but put in this respect. These things are so powerful, even the most biggest and mightiest beasts can die in a single strike. So think how much you would stand a chance against one. Your
Well,
odds
as long...
are
Well, I
literally
don't really...
no chance.
I don't really feel like attacking these things.
That is
that would be
wise.
the opposite of what we're here to do.
Indeed.
So we just talk to them, or
So-
if you want to talk to them because you know the language.
So what's wrong with just going to the village and talking to them?
Well, again, they're very much into karma, and their culture is a bit more tribal than ours. They have more basic understandings of allegiance and morality. So, from their perspective, the vast majority of individuals who come out of this village seemingly on good terms with it will be aligned with it, and if they are aggressive towards the people of the village, they will be subsequently aggressive towards those allied with it.
You said that the one that lives in Animo is from this village, correct?
Yes.
Or the Tonberry village.
Yes.
Pug.
So couldn't you just say you're a friend of his?
That is my intention. That is how I plan to bridge the gap and open communications.
If we know
We had
that,
known that.
we should have asked his help.
I'm about to say, if we had known that, we would have brought him.
Well, you said it. Well, you said it was a Tonberry running a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not Pug. That's Kupra. That's his son.
Where's Pug?
He works in the
He works
Central
at the
University.
academy.
He works in the Central University, the big building at the heart of the city.
Yeah, again, I wish
Yeah.
somebody would have said something while we were there. We could have brought him.
That's
Or
not
better
like
yet,
we
why
do.
didn't you bring him?
Well, because I didn't actually know what the problem was until I got down here. I just knew that the village had recently suffered attacks. I came to see what the problem was, learned what it was, and at this point it's too late to go back. I
Be
walked
that
away-
as it may, in talk of their tribalness, ideas of karma, and basic view of morality, would some sort of peace offering help, to not get stabbed before you could even say who you're friends with?
It would definitely help, yes. I was considering something along those lines.
Well, what did Tonberries like?
Aside from food.
Or find valuable.
Well, as it so happens, Puktha is a bit unique in that one of their most treasured symbols are pure pearls, the sort of things you find in clams,
Ah,
I
That's
would know absolutely nothing about that.
go on.
As it so happens, I'm planning on spending the next few days to gather an assortment of pearls from the beach with Athena's help, and then trek down to Puktha along with a sizable amount of the best food we can hopefully assemble, and hope that will open a negotiating table.
And if it doesn't?
I'll have to think of something else then, won't I?
One
Would it
thing I'd like
also-
to know, how many are there?
The village? Couple hundred at least.
Ooh, one's bad enough, but 100. We best hope that negotiations does work.
When they attack, how many come in these raids?
Usually 6 or 12. Varies, somewhere in that range.
Ow.
So while I assume you'd want help gathering these pearls, but while some of us do that, would it be wise for some of us to maybe snoop around and see if we can discover any clues as to why these Tonberries are hostile? Someone in the village might know something.
I'd considered that, yes. Alright, that seems like a good plan. Who all wants to help find pearls, and who all wants to ask around town and get leads? Athena throws up a hand.
I'll ask around. I'm more of a people person than you are.
Fair enough.
Thanatos, you should probably collect the pearls.
Gee, thanks, Nate.
I mean, people person doesn't tend to come to mind with you. No offense, but you are kind of, well, dark, pardon me.
What about you, Rocket? What are you doing?
I mean, if whatever has the pearls attacks, they're gonna need somebody to take it down.
They're just clams. Fit in the palm of my hand. I crush one of them like this. He curls his fingers into a fist. Easy.
We just had bad experiences with rivers.
I said
Really?
Rocket tends to be real good with people. Why don't she go with her?
I think I'm gonna head down and maybe talk to people.
Alright, I'll help with the pearl collection then.
Okay.
I just got reminded of a great horror.
All right. So, let me just make sure I've got the layout right here. For pearl collection, we have Knee. Who else?
Toss the fighty people, by the sounds of it.
So,
The fighty people.
So, Knee, Thanatos, and Kelgor. And asking around, we have Athena, Alistair,
Mm-hmm.
and Rocket.
Indeed.
All right, good to know. Evenly split among 3 each. Good to know.
Rocket's cute and Alistair is more learned than me, so
All right, so.
Plus, he has to stay with his waifu.
yes.
I will backhand you.
You should job change to monk first.
Damn.
All right. Well, if that be the case, then for those of you going out and pearl collecting, let's do that first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Don't
go-
fall in the river.
Let's go
Oh,
ahead. Okay, so let's go ahead and have each of you roll 3
Scavenging?
3 scavenger checks each. Yes.
So
The idea being is to beat the task difficulty at least 2 times. Best 2 out of 3.
Scavenge plus 2.
the first one is 6. That didn't go too well.
6.
So
You know, I was getting critical successes a minute ago. What the fuck?
So 6 and 6. That first pass, no, that's a fail. You don't find any. Clams are a bit elusive on the beach, and any with pearls are even more so. Again,
Ah.
7.
Oh my goodness.
nope. Got it.
Oh,
Fine. There you
Nope. Come up short.
Are
go.
you?
Jesus.
knew it.
What is the difficulty here?
It's an odd difficulty check for finding clams.
Well, finding clams, that you find plenty of those, but finding ones with actually good pearls in them, that's the hard part.
Okay, so
To
again,
be fair,
6 and 4.
when I
11. There we go.
see,
8.
I couldn't find any
Damn.
pearls.
All right. So it takes a bit of effort and quite a while of looking around, but finally, Neothil is able to scrounge up a few pearls by the end of the day. Good for you. Now then, time for me to roll Kelgor. Roll his scavenge checks.
If he comes up with success, good for him.
So you're a 6.
Apparently, he's not very good either.
A 6
Same thing again.
and an 11.
11.
Much
So
like
that's
much like Nee, he eventually is able to find at least a few good pearls. So for you lot, after like you taking up the rest of the day until sunrise, just looking around, picking up clams and searching them for pearls, you eventually come up with a fair number of them. Let's say about 4 or 5. 4 or 5 good.
It
pure
appears
sweet
that pearls are almost hard to find as rope, it seems.
I take it that's OC because you don't know that yet.
Oh, sorry, Hades.
Sorry, man.
No, you're not.
You're right.
Don't worry, Thanatos did not hear that because that wasn't it.
All right. Now, for those of you asking around, trying to gather information on what could possibly be causing this, Same deal as the other group, except instead of making scavenge checks, you're each making 3 inquiry checks.
Inquiry. Okay, just make sure I've got anything like that. Nope. So it's just 2d6s.
Oh dear.
Wall away. Nope. And do I have to roll again, or say
Rocket, we need a roll from you. Spirit.
I know, I was trying to roll, and apparently it didn't recognize it.
Whoops.
I'm just using the far left because I haven't got any bonuses. Oh!
Nope.
Oh.
7 and 7. Let's have Athena roll.
Coming up 7. Now 5. No, 6. What?
All right.
Oh, you go.
Round 2.
All right, Alistair, Rocket, roll again.
Nope. Oh!
Oh no, that's a crit.
All right.
Crit. Na.
Okay, let me roll for Athena real quick.
The dice is strong with me now.
Yep. All right. So, Alistair,
Thank you.
as you are asking around, poking the various individuals you come across, you eventually manage to catch wind of something potentially helpful. Apparently, in the last few weeks, there have been some new people who have come into town. Not at the same time, and they usually head out into the woods for a while and come back a few days later to stock up on food and water and then head back out. These individuals, there are a few of them that have that this particular individual you're asking has taken notice of, and they describe them to you. One of them was a Banga who traveled with some individuals and carried a sword with him, though he has not been seen in several weeks.
Uh-oh.
Bonga.
Yep.
It's the same poachers, isn't it?
Well, they're dead.
Yeah, but they caused all this.
Let's see here. There is a stern and quiet human who usually comes in based on his garb and attire. Like, he dresses kind of minimally according to the person you're asking, and has a sort of generally almost tattooed appearance to him. She assumes a monk based on the various tattoos across his very muscular body.
Oh, great.
that one yet.
There is a perky, if kind of occasionally snarky elven woman with a gun.
Fucking know it.
He called it.
And last but not least, a burly Galka man who very rarely says much, but just lets his buddies do all the haggling before they head out.
So one of them was the poacher we encountered and killed. And
I mean,
One was the girl we helped.
I mean, it could be a different one.
true, but potentially, and also the girl. And I knew it was really something to do with the Tonberries. Did we inadvertently help poachers out of a predicament?
You don't know.
I mean, I don't think you could technically call them poachers.
Oh, we don't know what they've been doing.
I mean, why would you poach one of these things?
Well, anyways.
We don't know what they were doing. They were out there until they got attacked by a giant.
Remind me, like, what was it they told us back during that session?
You mean Fane Pharaoh and her buddies?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly off the top of my head if she mentioned pretty much anything about what she was doing, just doing some work in the area.
All they said was they were attacked by a giant sea turtle.
Like I said, big turtle.
Right.
But regardless,
I am
have to solve
deeply
this
suspicious of
problem
this now, but
peacefully.
I'll withhold judgment until we meet them face to face and get some answers.
I want to
Let's-
know what this.
Pharaoh.
I don't want to know what this bongo is doing here.
All right, well, so with all that information now acquired, sunset arrives and you all reconvene at Kelgor and Athena's camp.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play it out. How do you proceed?
Shall we just assume you relay that information first off, so you have to repeat it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Elven woman with a gun. Well, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, didn't we help an elven woman with a gun at that bridge going to
Same
Anima?
Pharaoh. Their boat had been overturned by a giant sea turtle.
And a bunga, which might have been the same one we dealt with in
Doubt
that
it.
Chocobo forest, but there's a possibility it could not be. But they haven't seen him for a long time, so maybe not.
Nee turns to the blue mages. Does the name Fame Pharaoh mean anything to you?
They shake their heads.
No, nothing. We've only been here a few days ourselves, and we haven't met any of these people.
She seemed nice enough. We talked about ranged weapons for a while.
Maybe nice, but she might be a suspect. So we would need to question her and
I'd like to
hopefully
find her.
come to some understanding of what's going on. Hopefully.
Could be a
So
misunderstanding for all we know, but I would
Fane-
like to ask her.
let's say we should focus on finding Fane. She's the suspect that we are most familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, she says she lives around here, so shouldn't be too
bond-
hard to find her.
The Bonga is most likely long gone if he was that one we ran into in the forest.
Oh, yeah, killed them.
Then there's the Galka. I think is that what did I say that right, Tom?
Yeah, Galka.
Big, burly, and then there's this monk. What's a monk doing here?
Tattooed monk. I'm not particularly familiar. Yeah, like, what kind of monks and religion does the Albertaeans have?
In terms of the religions of the world, most of the religions of the world, as you understand it, sort of faded into obscurity a long time ago because the actual gods themselves revealed themselves for a brief time, mostly through Leviathan as their messenger, and basically told the world at large that you're basically wasting your time praying to us because we're not here for that. The gods only interfere in mortal affairs under very specific circumstances. Typical prayers do all of jack shit, so a lot of the religions that were around before that sort of petered out as a result. There are still spiritual beliefs and the like, like different depictions of afterlives and different systems of different ways of life based on spiritual beliefs, but most of those don't really tie into deities per se anymore. And a lot of them are based around trying to find peace of the self, but there are also that try to find outward peace or something to that effect. It's a pretty wide gambit. It's spread very wide.
I don't trust this monk.
Well, the monks back home, they're all into cloaks and stuff. Nothing really tattooy. I'm not sure what monk that would be of.
Okay, so out of character.
You can make
Let's say out of character for a second.
Yes.
Where would are monks just like a natural thing that are everywhere, or like what's the more likely place to find one?
It depends. Given the sort of vaguely Japanese Asian tilt that I tried to give Vatea, that entire region, you would be more likely to find organizations of monks in that area, kind of like like Shaolin Kung Fu monk type things, which is kind of what I refer to when I say monk in this game.
The cloaks.
Yeah, something like that. Like robes, better ease of movement and such.
Sounds like we might need to split up again into two groups. Some of us can try to keep an eye out for the monk, while the other one tries to find the person we recently met.
I'm about to say, Nee, I think you should be the one to go talk to Fane.
Oh? Well,
Seems very chummy.
yes, well, two elvens running into each other, both with a love of ranged weaponry. Yeah. Good
Alright.
friend material. What about you, Athena? You've been awfully quiet.
I've just been letting the conversation happen. I don't have much to add right now.
Alright. So while Nee goes to talk to Fane,
If I can find her
We should-
first. She might not even be in town.
I could help you look if you like.
I say you. That's a good idea. We should stay. We should stay in groups. No going off alone. You two will go find Fane.
Got it.
Rocket and me will ask around, see if we can find this monk of ours.
Kelgor leans forward. And on the morning, I think Athena and I will head down to Puxthal with the pearls we have and see if we can't establish a negotiating table and a ceasefire. While you're asking around.
You sure the two of you will be alright by yourselves doing that, especially given their reputation?
It would probably be better for someone familiar with their culture to travel light. Generally speaking, I don't want to bring too many strangers who, no offense, are unfamiliar with their customs and cultures. Bringing too many people without a familiarity just increases the risk of a faux pas that could lead to hostilities. We want to avoid that.
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should leave the Tonberries to you while we look around here for our suspects.
All right.
Oh, why didn't we bring Mika?
Just be careful, you two.
Because she was too busy being a nerd.
Oh, blast you.
Been a while since we heard that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
Say what?
Blah to you. Been a while since we've heard blah in this campaign.
Well, Little Wing kind of faded away, but she's still here.
She is Little Wing.
Well, Nathiel's getting more of an identity of her own as apart from Little Wing, but anyway. So, after a moment, Kelgor kind of looks off towards the horizon where the sun is, set and night is starting to fall. Alright, I think it's about time we got some rest. What about you?
Yep. Could go for that.
I'll take first watch. That is how we usually run things.
Alright, I'll take it with you, just in case any of those vision things happen. I can be there to catch you.
Alright, well, I'll be in the nearby tree.
Alright, and I'll be down here. Alright.
What is it with elves and trees?
I heard that.
You were meant to.
Alright.
Hey, at least she doesn't have long blonde hair.
No, she just has
Oh my goodness.
she just has short brown hair.
And at least people don't make, Lego jokes with her.
What?
Oh
Wireless.
my goodness.
I don't get it, but anyway.
Legolas?
Legos.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. I know.
I think it
Legolas,
finally
Okay.
clicked.
Legolas Celestis Legos. Anyways, alright.
Alright.
Okay.
The joke always had
Alright, so,
That
Neothil, if you would be so kind as to roll me a awareness check for your watch.
I swear to God, if any more of those plant things, I'm going to come over to wherever you live, and I'm going to kill you.
9.
9. Nothing strikes you as odd. Gonna have Kelgor roll the same thing.
12.
Night is uneventful. After that, you shuffle off to bed. Kelgor likes to stay up for the first half of second watch. Before we get to second watch, Neothil, would you be so kind as to roll me a d12, please?
Oh boy, I know what this might be.
Oh no.
This would be a moment for her.
Now is the
picking
time?
our moments, wouldn't it? I would.
D12.
So roll 2d.
1d12.
No, roll
Or
1
1d12.
12.
And the magic number is
12. We'll see if she turns up, shall we? 6.
6.
6.
9.
9.
No,
Nine.
9. 9.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Was it an odd number, even number thing? We'll just.
Nope. Alright, second watch.
Penumbra has not
I'll give it a
appeared.
shot.
This might be a thing every night now. God.
I'll give it a shot.
3.
So for watch, because we're in the
Awareness. Yep, awareness.
Oh, right.
And
So I'm just going to
Athena-
roll the dice and just say +4.
Alright. And Athena joins you for the second half of your watch. I'll have her roll
I
too.
bet she does.
And that's 8 in total. You've got the +4.
Yep. And Athena got a 10.
She's better than me than this.
Alright. So.
I think you just summed up your whole relationship.
This never was a relationship. Trust me. We both drive each other insane.
Alright, well. About halfway through the watch, Alistair, you're kind of lost in your own thoughts, just kind of happen to be reunited with one of your friends. When about halfway through the watch, suddenly said friend suddenly stands a bit more upright and glances off towards the town. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that don't sound good.
You didn't hear
Should we wake
anything.
the others?
You didn't hear anything else, sir.
Oh.
No.
Tonberries.
Uh-oh.
Tone.
Well, I thought she said... Hear that?
Yeah, she said, did you hear that? But you didn't hear anything.
Alright.
Damn it! She runs over and essentially kicks Kilgore in the side of the head. Get up! Get up! I think the Tonberries are attacking!
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
So that's where I get to being trapped in my own thoughts.
What?
Everyone, wake up.
I'm awake. Tonberries attacking.
Five
What?
more minutes.
Wake your ass
Thanatos,
up, Dark
you will
Knight.
get up or I will drag you to the city. Or village, whatever.
What is going on? Something
How
I
about an
watched.
attack?
Alright, so now that after a moment of sort of waking up and getting your shit together, you all kind of listen for a second, and off in the distance you can actually hear very not good sounds. It's pretty much sounds like fire and screaming and all kinds of not good.
Joy.
Kelgor, how would we handle this? Because I want to defend these people, but at the same time, if we attack them, how will that affect the negotiations?
They don't know that you're with me, so you four can go and launch the defense while Athena and I head out on our own to start the negotiations early. Try not to use lethal force if you can help it, and for God's sake, don't get killed.
That would be bad.
Got
Shoot
it.
the sable. I can do that.
Alright. Be quick about this, come on! And he... rushing off.
Guys, we have a village to save.
Mm-hmm. I would say if we could try to calm them down and stop the fighting in reason, but if that don't work, non-lethals.
I'll talk
Got
about
it.
it on the way, because right now the attack is happening. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Fine.
Alright, so... give me just a second, I'm kind of drawing up a makeshift battle map here. Just a moment.
This has to happen before negotiation day.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, why wouldn't it?
So was this just a guaranteed thing, or was that what that D12 was?
This is not what that D12 was.
The D12 was Penumbra.
Because I feel like he was going. No matter what we rolled in the awareness, this was going to happen.
Alright.
Which would have been awkward had Penumbra happened now, because that would have been, yeah.
Well, these are very pissed off Tonberries, so what do you expect? The attack
Why are they pissed off? That's the question.
That's what I want to know. I wish not to fight them. Not because I'm worried of dying, because...
Okay.
Why would I want to fight them? I have no reason to.
My current running theory is that they are poachers. The Tonberry have seen them poaching. They're like, no, that's bad. We're going to kill you.
Okay, give me just a second here. I am adjusting stats. Back up to max, because you are rested.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
All right, Han.
I mean, we could try to talk to them and get them to stop, but I
Yeah,
don't think it
talk.
will work.
Yeah. Oh, we could try, but I doubt it'll work since Tonberry's black and white humanity and, determined, stubborn tribalism.
Alright, so I didn't exactly actually make tokens for this in advance, unfortunately. Because, fun fact, I'm actually pulling this encounter out of my ass just to add drama and tension and help with the narrative flow.
Okay.
So,
A time where he's not legitimately planning to kill us. That's rare.
He's just going to kill us by accident. It's fine.
Yeah, we just need our tokens.
give me just a moment here.
Of course, that Grunweed thing was a random encounter, so can that technically be considered killing us?
Oh, blimey, that's...
It's not supposed to be that big.
I know, I was going to say, if there's a big one, then,
Well, I mean, if there's a big one, then we're fucked.
well, we're fucked.
Alright,
That's a big... You think it's
Okay.
a knife? This is a knife.
Okay, so how many of them are there?
Give me just a second here. My window's acting up.
Since they're apparently so
Probably
terrifying,
around 10 or 12.
Many.
I mean,
Oh dear.
oh dear.
All right, so
Yeah.
as you are
There's-
sprinting down the street, you see up ahead 4 Tonberries slowly walking down the street, their lanterns jingling as they go. This music is not at all fitting for this encounter. Give me just a second here to grab something a bit more fitting.
Oh, we can't hear the music anyway.
Yeah, because I thought they'd be a bit more like intimidating or something.
You see, that's what I've been saying. They're
Just wait until that knife is in your gut.
Alright,
Say what's
so-
intimidating.
well, then like
So-
we just stay over here and not get hit.
So they can't run.
I'll say they're short and stubby. I'm pretty sure we can outrun them.
If they're slow, I think that's deliberate, and that if we get hit,
They
we're already
can
crossed
run
it.
a bit.
Stay out of range.
They can run. They can charge.
No, they can't.
All right, so just a moment here. Almost done. Really go ahead, going to delete these 3 and just copy paste this
he's-
finished one.
He's getting our death music ready.
All right, so as you approach, you see one person, who looks to be a militia member, charging towards the Tonberry in the front with a gladius in his hand, letting out a battle cry. He swings down at it, and the Tonberry just kind of sidesteps, almost lazily in motion. The gladius embeds itself into the ground, and then the Tonberry's knife just thrusts up into the man's chest, and when it pierces his flesh, your ears and head are just filled with this really deep noise, as if the stab itself just permeated the air. There's a flash of crimson, and the man immediately slumps to the ground dead. The Tonberry
Jesus Christ!
Yet the Tonberry withdraws its
Who's that?
blade and then turns to look at you with glowing yellow eyes, and it starts waddling towards you while its buddies start going off towards the houses.
Guys.
Whatever. Whoever's wronged you, these villagers are innocent.
Please, if you could just calm down, I'm sure we can come to some understanding and help you
Make a
in a more
negotiation
peaceful
check.
way.
Each of you
I don't
who
think-
just tried that, make a negotiation check.
So, yeah.
So you believe in karma. Murder is definitely on the wrong side of that.
A negotiation
shit,
check.
got a keyboard.
Roll negotiation text. Stop talking and roll.
Oh well.
Ah, fuck the keyboard.
Let's see, what do I have in negotiation?
Oh, no.
Was that?
None.
Let me just check that was correct.
I'm rolling with the thing, but just checking my sheet if I got anything. It cocked a bit. Hang on a sec. Have I got anything for negotiation? Negotiation. 4 for
Eight.
negotiation.
So that's +4 for hit to that 8. That's a 12. Rocket rolls an 8. And I'm not even gonna bother trying.
God damn it, Thanatos.
Oh man.
All right, so
You were just the one saying that I'm not the people person.
so
You can just try.
4, 8, 8.
And a 12.
I was saying no, it's 4, 12, and 8.
Oh, Alistair, why didn't you include your bonus? You're supposed to do that.
Because he's
I
doing the
know.
auto roll.
You can still add your bonus to it. There's a little modifier number box next to it.
Ah.
Yeah, if you have the advanced dice roller window up, if you click that D20, it pulls up the advanced dice roller where you can set your modifier.
Okay.
Yeah, do that. Much easier.
Alright, well, I got 12 anyway, because I have 4 for negotiation.
All right. So, Rocket, you didn't say anything, and neither did Thanatos, so neither of you get to roll negotiations on this.
Okay.
All right, so the Tonberry, as it's steadily approaching, pauses for a second and tilts its head, its lantern jingling just slightly, the chains clinking together, the flame inside flickering softly and casting this ominous orange glow on its underside, creating a deep and threatening contrast with its glowing yellow eyes. Blinks at you. Debts must be repaid.
What debt? Can you explain that?
Yes, we do not know what's exactly going on. Could you please explain?
Roll me another negotiation check.
Do we have to
Another.
do a negotiation every time we try to talk to this damn thing?
I'm gonna get my keyboard.
Nope.
Or...
Nope. It's 4 again. Need.
Well,
Huh?
Nope.
That's a 3.
I doubt I'm going
let's
to get
rock
any
it.
good luck. I just done my good roll. Now it's time for my shit roll.
Critical success, please.
No promises, man. Sorry.
Just roll, damn it.
+4.
12 again.
Okay.
All right. So here's how this is going to work. If you want to stop combat with this Tonberry, you're gonna have to make a damn convincing argument, which you have started to do. But but it's gonna have to take a few rounds. So, with that in mind, you've used up your first round making the argument, and the Tonberry is still approaching.
Uh,
Does he not so he didn't explain why he's doing this?
Well,
he hasn't said anything.
Well, as it is,
Fine.
he's going to use the action approach. He's going to start slowly covering the distance, and as he's approaching, his eyes boring into you, he says, "Homes burned, items stolen."
Okay, does he have... Can he really move that close? That is just one deal. Come on.
Homes burned. That's what's happened. Listen, if we could avoid a conflict, I assure you we can help you. We can
it's
even
not
repair
funny,
your
is it?
home.
Anyways,
Do
it's back to
everything
your
else
it's
to
back
help
to
you
your guys' turn.
Well, can I use the movement action to move, just kind of slowly back away?
Yes, you
But
may.
like non-threatening.
Yes, you may.
How far can I?
I'm gonna stand my ground.
If you're slowly backing away, I'll say you can move half a medium range, so about next to Alistair, about right here. Right.
If someone has attacked you, would you know who that is? Could you describe them? If so, we could bring them to justice. We could help you without the cost of innocent lives who know nothing of what has transpired.
Negotiation check, of course.
A little help from you guys?
Please be good. Okay.
Alistair, you didn't say anything.
But I did earlier.
Okay, fair
Nope.
enough.
I mean, it just... Can we just keep it? Because it's actually...
11.
Finally.
All right.
Almost a crap.
You want me to repeat it all again?
I
These
just...
people aren't the one who did this.
Your kind is all about karma, like Nee said, so could you believe that we have good karma and we wish you no harm? Because I seriously do not want to fight you or cause you any more ill to your people. We just wish to help.
The Tonberry pauses for a second, tilts its head, blinks again. Sort of sniffs at you a bit. He seems to be giving it thought, but he is not as of yet ending his advance.
I hate you.
Please.
I hate you.
So, unless anyone else has any other actions they want to take, it's back to his turn.
I say she back up if you
What-
can.
I could try
I mean-
negotiating.
Yes, please, Rocket.
What do you want to say? Give me a good argument here.
The people in this village aren't the one who did this, you know. They must have
we-
been outsiders.
I mean, technically, we don't know that.
Not every person is the same.
True.
Oh my goodness, this is taking every one of my good walls.
Nope.
The Tonberry does not seem convinced by Rocket's
All right.
words.
You know what?
Hmm?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try.
No. Okay, yeah, good.
Come on, Thanatos, please don't say anything.
All right. Before I roll, let me just think of what I want to say.
It must come from the heart, not your mind.
All right. Shush. Whatever problems you have with these people, we can talk. All this destruction and death is not right. If you people are so into karma, then this is bad. Tell us what is going on.
Oh.
Fuck.
Well,
See, that's why I didn't even bother trying.
all right.
I'm
So,
yeah, it's that.
So the Tonberry turns to you at your aggressive outburst. Its eyes glow a bit more brightly. And
no.
it steps forward.
As I said, homes burned, relics stolen. This tribe. What was lost must be repaid.
And then it lunges at you.
Great.
Told you
Well-
should have moved back. Yeah.
And,
Well, we're still in medium range, whether we had moved back or not.
and
so
it is going to use Chef's Knife.
great. Well, I'm dead.
What is your avoidance?
Less than that.
He rolled a 13 to hit. So, what's your armor?
12. Why do I get this feeling that no matter what my armor is, I'm gonna die?
Ow!
So,
What the fuck?
So,
Plus 60?
so,
What in the absolute fuck are these things?
Tonberries.
Pure karma incarnate.
So, Thanatos. The Tonberry lunges at you, lifts its chef knife, and plunges it into your gut faster than you can react. And the second the blade sinks in, you hear your heart beat in your ears for like a single beat, much louder than you're used to, a full at the same time that a crimson glow emits from the point of impact. It feels like the very life is being drained out of you, and for a brief moment in your mind's eye, everything wrong that you've ever done, which being a Dark Knight is a couple things, subjectively speaking, flashes before your eyes, and when the blade pulls out, there's a geyser of blood that follows it, and you stagger back, feeling sufficiently drained.
Thanatos.
Alright, hold on.
Oh.
So,
No, wait, please don't harm him.
hold on,
Get
no,
my
before you
friend's outburst.
negotiate, he needs heal.
I am gonna heal him. but I'm
So,
also trying to
Alistair,
negotiate.
if you gonna move back and heal him, Thanatos' turn, you move back, and then Nee and
I want to
Rocket can
catch
make
him.
one final ditch attempt to negotiate, and if that fails, then we'll have no choice.
Fine.
Force the hand.
Ah, shit.
Alright, you roll the heal first.
Okay, let's get him there. Oh boy, this could go better.
I was always
So
under the
mine,
impression
why-
that these things like moved a lot slower.
Hang on. Is it mine, did you say?
So, two turns.
Yeah,
It's double for mine.
yeah, for casting Cure, I believe so. Let me double check it in White Mage. Cure, yeah, Mind times 2 plus 2d6 points of healing.
Alright. So it's double.
So yes, 2d6 plus 20. 31.
Yep.
Well, it heals most of the damage that it did.
Over half, at least.
Ow.
Alright, so, as soon as the blade, withdraws, Thanatos immediately leaps back to put some distance, and Alistair quickly puts himself between Thanatos and the Tonberry, throws his hand back with his staff in it, and there's a quick pulse of light in Thanatos. So the injury closes up, but you're still feeling not great inside from that stab.
I
Alright,
did warn you.
alright,
There
Nia.
was no need for that. You attacked first, not us. This isn't just. This isn't karma. These people are innocent. Whoever wronged you isn't here. They escape while innocents burn for their crimes. If you tell us what's going on, if you tell us who did it, we could bring them to justice. We could bring them karma. But as it is, with all of this, you are only helping them escape.
Roll a negotiation check and add an additional +4. Because that's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
Come on, critical success.
He speaks the
14.
truth.
Yes!
Come on. Oh, nearly critical. Amazing.
Alright, so. The Tonberry hesitates for a second at your words, Neothil, and it turns to look at you. Sort of looks at the rest of you for a second. Perhaps recognize. Rocket, are you
Okay,
doing
for a
anything?
no.
We're very
Okay.
sorry for your loss.
Anything else?
Because I can't
Uh,
say anything. I don't think
It seems like he succeeded with his role, didn't he?
More or less. There's still one more thing the Tonberry is going to do before I'll mark this particular combat as over.
Okay, what's that?
The Tonberry looks between you all for a second. And then the lantern in its hand, the orange flame that's flickering there, suddenly turns blue.
Is that
Thank
good?
goodness.
That's not a good thing.
We're done.
We're done.
Let's hear it. The Tonberry then lifts the lantern over its head and starts shaking it. And you see, like, blue energies and smoke and fire gathering around the lantern. And then suddenly said smoke and fire suddenly blasts out from the lantern and washes over you. You lift your arms to shield your faces, but as the flames and smoke wash over you, you find that it doesn't burn at all. It doesn't hurt. You barely even feel it aside from slight wind on your faces. And when the flames and wind pass, the Tonberry lowers its lantern, blinks at you. You are not the ones.
I'm guessing that was some kind of deal to see if we had actually harmed any of their people.
Or like essence gum.
That was everybody's grudge, a spell that only Tonberries use that increases with damage based on how many Tonberries the characters have killed.
Yep.
And we have killed none, so...
Oh damn.
You see, we never caused any ill or harm to your people. We're just here to help.
We've only just arrived, and we want to help solve this without any more innocent deaths. Plus, I'm rather fond of Tonberry cooking.
It is a delightful delicacy. No one
I
can
haven't tried it
be
yet.
equal to your cooking techniques. That's for sure.
The Tonberry's tail swishes a few times before it starts to turn away from you. You are not the ones. Facts remain. The peoples of this tribe hid the ones who harmed us.
Will you please call off your attack for the night, at least until we can find the ones, bring them to you. Show kindness, and kindness begets kindness.
It's not my decision to make. I will bring your words to... And he slowly begins to waddle off towards his friends, disappearing into the shadows surprisingly quickly.
Well, there's only one thing left to do. Thanatos, let me finish off your healing.
Well... you know what? I'm gonna let you guys deal with these little things.
Oh. That was some spur of the moment desperate role playing.
That was the point.
Yeah. Especially how
My
the thing
first-
nearly took out half my health in one attack.
Hey,
When I was
hey,
making that speech, I was trying to channel the doctor a bit. Like,
hey, be glad he didn't use Guillotine's knife, all right?
fucking hell.
Because that would have been an instant. Because that would have been an instant KO, regardless of circumstance.
I hate you.
I'm just being true to
know.
Tonberry lore here.
Why are we experiencing Tonberries this early?
I'm just glad he listened to the point about how, while they're doing this, like, the people actually did it are probably escaping, laughing, and getting away scot-free. And, okay.
All right.
That is the first time I ever negotiate with a Tonberry. Was the most tensest, heart-racing thing in my entire life.
That's the first time I've ever actually had to negotiate that hard.
After a couple,
Yeah, after this, I never want to see one of these.
I support the greatest cooking, not freaking want to pick fights with them.
after a couple moments, off in the distance, you see another pillar of blue flame kind of rise into the air, and then after a moment, you see the Tonberries, a whopping 12 of them, waddling walking slowly away from the village. At their,
Same
at-
reason as
Let's
prevailed.
hear. And at their
See?
front is one that is not green of skin, but dark blue, almost black of skin, with a darker robe.
Oh.
I'm guessing
it's-
that's leader.
And its knife is far larger and serrated.
Ooh.
And the flame in its lantern is crimson, not orange.
That'll be their leader.
Crimson.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that.
Well, and now we'll know they'll listen to reason. That'll be good news for Kelgor.
Let's just hope that negotiations went well, because I think that's the only night we get off.
If nothing else, at least now we might be in their good books.
Maybe. Maybe.
Come on, let's see if there's anyone in the village needs help.
Yep. I have
Indeed.
enough magic in me to heal them if anyone got hurt.